This exercise explores one of the most important topics in modern health science, the power of sleep. Through a long, natural conversation between two friends, Ben and Vanessa, the discussion brings to life the key ideas from the TED Talk, Sleep is Your Superpower, by Matt Walker. Together, they reflect on how sleep affects memory, emotions, learning, immunity, hormones, aging, and overall well-being.
I'm doing well. Actually, I've been thinking a lot about sleep lately. You know that TED Talk, Sleep is Your Superpower?
Oh yes, the one by Matt Walker. I watched it a while ago, and honestly, it shook me. Why did it come back into your mind?
Because recently, I've been sleeping so little. And then I remembered how the talk starts, with the joke about men who sleep 5 hours having smaller testicles.
Oh my God, yes, that shocking opening. I remember thinking, wow, this man really wants people to pay attention. But in a weird way it worked. It stuck with me.
Same. But beyond the humor, the point he made was serious lack of sleep affects both male and female reproductive health.
Exactly. And what scared me most was when he said that men who sleep 4 or 5 hours have the testosterone levels of someone 10 years older. That's wild.
It really shows how sleep is not something you can cheat. Like, you can skip a meal, or you can skip a workout, but skipping sleep, the body keeps score.
And the brain, too. Remember how he explained learning and memory?
The save button metaphor?
Yes. He said sleep after learning helps consolidate memories. And sleep before learning prepares the brain like drying out a sponge, so it can absorb information.
That part fascinated me. The idea that without sleep, the hippocampus, our memory inbox, basically shuts down.
Right. He said they scanned the brains of sleep-deprived participants and found almost no learning activity in the hippocampus, as if the brain was saying, nope, we're full, nothing new can be stored.
And the comparison he gave, a 40% deficit in forming new memories.
Yeah, that's the difference between acing an exam and failing miserably. It really made me rethink how students are expected to study. Imagine pulling all-nighters thinking it helps, when in reality it destroys memory formation.
It makes school systems seem kind of cruel in hindsight. Kids waking up at 6 a.m., teenagers chronically sleep-deprived.
And then they get blamed for being distracted or unmotivated, when biologically, their brains just don't work properly without sleep.
I also loved how he described deep sleep and sleep spindles like the brain waves that transfer memories from short-term to long-term storage.
Almost like a librarian organizing books at night, making sure everything is placed where it belongs.
Exactly. And then he connected all this to aging and dementia.
Yes, the idea that as we age, we lose deep sleep, and that the loss of deep sleep might actually contribute to cognitive decline. The missing piece of the Alzheimer's puzzle, he called it.
When he said those two things, memory decline and deep sleep loss, aren't just co-occurring but interrelated, I remember feeling a bit terrified. Like, wait, my future brain health depends heavily on how I sleep now?
I felt the same. The way he explained that deep sleep disruptions might accelerate Alzheimer's, it made the whole thing feel much more urgent.
And yet, he also offered hope, like the electrical stimulation technique that enhances deep sleep.
Yes! Brain stimulation synced with slow-wave sleep. I found that fascinating. Amplifying the brainwaves so memory benefits almost double. It sounds like science fiction.
I wonder if that will become mainstream.
Hopefully. Imagine helping older adults regain memory capacity just by restoring proper sleep wave patterns.
Speaking of scary things, the part about daylight saving time blew my mind.
The heart attack statistics?
Yes. Losing just 1 hour of sleep in spring increases heart attacks by 24% the next day.
And gaining an hour decreases them by 21%. That's too clear of a pattern to ignore.
It shows how fragile our cardiovascular system is to even tiny changes in sleep duration.
And it wasn't just heart attacks. Car crashes, accidents, even suicide rates follow the same pattern.
Sleep really is foundational.
It's wild how society treats it as optional, like a luxury.
True. And then he talked about the immune system, that experiment with natural killer cells.
Yes, the immune assassins that attack tumors.
After just one night of 4 hours of sleep, their activity drops by 70%.
70. Not 10, not 20, 70. That's practically switching off a major defense system.
It makes sense that he said short sleep is linked to cancers, bowel, prostate, breast.
And that WHO classified night shift work as a probable carcinogen. Because disturbing circadian rhythms literally disrupts the body's natural regulation systems.
The sleep when you're dead phrase suddenly feels dangerous.
He even said it's mortally unwise advice, and that short sleep predicts all-cause mortality.
What really struck me was when he talked about the genetic effects.
Yes, when they restricted people to 6 hours of sleep for a week and measured gene activity changes.
Over 700 genes affected.
Half upregulated tumor promotion, inflammation, stress responses.
Half down-regulated immune function genes shutting down.
That line he used, sleep loss leaking into every nook and cranny of your physiology. It really felt true after all those examples.
And how it tampers with the DNA alphabet itself. That one stayed with me.
I remember thinking, if lack of sleep affects your reproductive system, memory, cardiovascular health, immune system, cancer risk, and even your genetic expression, then what part of the body is not affected?
None. That was his point, I guess.
And yet, people brag about sleeping 4 hours.
I used to. I thought it was a badge of honor. Now it feels like saying I'm proudly accelerating my aging.
Same. I remember in college feeling proud if I pulled an all-nighter. If only I had known.
Honestly, if schools taught real sleep science, a lot would change.
What really helped me were his practical tips, regularity, and keeping the room cool.
Yes. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day.
And aim for around 18 degrees Celsius or 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I actually tried that last week.
How did it feel?
I slept deeper. I woke up less during the night. I think he's right that we sleep better in cooler environments.
I've started being more strict about bedtime too. Before, weekends destroyed my rhythm.
Same. And I love that he emphasized that sleep is not optional.
A non-negotiable biological necessity.
His phrasing was dramatic but accurate. Life support system. Mother Nature's best attempt at immortality. Swiss Army knife of health.
And his closing message, reclaim your right to sleep. Without embarrassment.
Yes, breaking the stigma that sleeping 8 hours makes you lazy. I loved that.
I've been trying to apply that mindset.
How's that going?
I'm still working on it, but at least I've stopped feeling guilty for going to bed earlier.
I think what makes the talk so powerful is that Matt Walker explains sleep like a fundamental pillar, not an afterthought.
True. It's not if you have time. It's as important as food, water, breathing.
And ironically, modern society treats it as the most flexible part of the day.
Yes. Whenever we're busy, the first thing we cut is sleep.
Even though sleep is the very thing that would make us less busy, more productive, more focused.
If only people understood that.
Actually, what part of the talk impacted you the most?
The memory part. I've been forgetting things lately, names, places, even conversations. I think my sleep is partly to blame.
I can relate. When I sleep little, My brain feels foggy, like there's static in the background.
Exactly. And what about you? Which part hit you hardest?
The immune system. It's scary to think that one bad night can weaken my body's ability to fight tumors.
Understandably. That's a big deal.
It made me appreciate sleep on a new level. Not as comfort, but as survival.
Speaking of which, do you think people underestimate sleep because the consequences are invisible?
Absolutely. If lack of sleep caused your arm to turn green or your hair to fall off instantly, people would sleep more.
True. Instead, it kills slowly and silently.
Exactly. It's like invisible damage accumulating over time.
I'm curious, do you track your sleep?
I do now. My smartwatch shows deep sleep, light sleep, REM. I know it's not perfect, but it helps.
Do you try to improve the numbers?
Yes. I experiment no caffeine after noon, dim lights, no phone 30 minutes before bed.
That's great. Maybe I should try that.
What's your current sleep routine?
Honestly, I usually scroll on my phone until I fall asleep.
That's what Matt Walker warns against. The light, the stimulation.
I know, it's a bad habit.
But you can fix it slowly. Replace 10 minutes of scrolling with a book, then increase gradually.
That's a good idea. It's funny though, despite all the science, so many people still think sleep is just passive time.
Exactly. But Matt Walker showed that sleep is incredibly active. The brain is doing maintenance, the body is repairing, hormones are regulating, memories are consolidating.
Like a full body and full brain service routine.
Yes! And it's happening every single night, whether we value it or not.
You know what else I keep thinking about? That comment about humans being the only species that deliberately deprive themselves of sleep.
That part hit me too. Matt Walker was so right. No animal, no mammal, no bird chooses to stay awake for no reason. Only humans do it voluntarily.
Because of Netflix and smartphones.
Yes. We're sabotaging ourselves with glowing rectangles.
And what about shift workers? They have the worst situation.
Yes. The fact that WHO classified night shift work as a probable carcinogen, that's serious.
Because it disrupts circadian rhythms, right?
Exactly. When your body's internal clock gets misaligned with natural light cycles, hormones, metabolism, digestion, and immune functions all get confused.
I guess our biology still thinks we live in caves?
Pretty much. Evolution didn't foresee 24/7 convenience stores and graveyard shifts.
Or the idea of forcing yourself to stay awake to meet deadlines.
Yes. Modern life is basically a constant battle against our biological design.
I wonder how many health problems are actually caused by chronic sleep deprivation without people realizing it.
Probably a lot, especially metabolic issues. Did you hear the studies linking lack of sleep to weight gain?
Yes, it messes with ghrelin and leptin, right? Hunger hormones.
Exactly. Ghrelin goes up, leptin goes down. So you feel hungrier and less satisfied. And the body craves more sugar, more carbs.
So sleep-deprived people eat more junk food.
Not because they're weak, but because biology is literally pushing them to.
That makes so much sense. I always crave carbs when I barely slept.
Same. And then people feel guilty, thinking it's their lack of discipline, when in reality it's a hormonal imbalance triggered by bad sleep.
This whole topic makes me realize how intertwined sleep is with everything else.
Yes, sleep is like the foundation of a house. If the foundation is cracked, everything built on it becomes unstable.
Nicely said.
And did you notice how Matt Walker emphasized regularity more than duration?
Yes, that surprised me.
Because irregular sleep confuses the circadian rhythm. The body doesn't know when to release melatonin, when to lower core temperature, when to repair tissue.
So even if you sleep 8 hours, but at random times, it's not as good.
Exactly. Consistency is key.
Have you tried waking up at the same time every day?
Yes. At first it was hard, but after a week, my body adjusted. Now I wake up naturally before my alarm.
That sounds ideal.
It is. The hard part is resisting the temptation to sleep in during weekends.
But that's what creates social jet lag, right?
Yes. A term I love. It's when your weekend sleep schedule is so different from your weekday one that your body feels jet-lagged on Monday.
Mondays are basically just society recovering from collective jet lag.
Exactly.
Do you remember the Q&A part of the talk?
Yes, with David Biello.
When he asked what to do when you toss and turn at night.
Oh, yes. The advice was counterintuitive but logical. Get out of bed.
Because staying awake in bed trains the brain to associate the bed with wakefulness.
Exactly. Just like Pavlovian conditioning.
So instead, go to another room, do something relaxing, then come back only when sleepy.
It makes a lot of sense. You don't sit at the dinner table waiting to be hungry.
So you shouldn't lie in bed waiting to be sleepy.
Brilliant analogy.
I wonder how many people suffer insomnia because they unknowingly train their brain to be alert in bed.
Probably a lot, especially those who work or scroll on their phone in bed.
I'm guilty.
I know, you already confessed.
Okay.
But seriously, you can retrain your brain. It's reversible.
I'll try.
Good.
You know what also stuck with me? The idea that sleep is not like a bank.
Yes, that was powerful.
You can't accumulate debt and pay it back later.
Because the damage happens in the moment. Memory failure today, immune suppression today, metabolism imbalance today.
And catching up later doesn't fix the immediate harm.
Exactly. People think sleeping longer on weekends compensates.
But it doesn't.
At best, it just helps you survive. It doesn't reverse the physiological consequences of chronic deprivation.
That explains why I feel exhausted, even after a long Saturday sleep in.
Yes, because your body needed to repair so much.
Now that I think about it, the talk was dense with information.
Extremely dense. Every minute had a shocking fact.
Like when he said short sleep predicts all-cause mortality.
Yes, it's rare to find a universal predictor like that.
And the phrasing, sleep is your life support system.
That one stayed with me. It's poetic, but also terrifyingly literal.
What did you think about the part on genetics?
Oh, the 711 genes that changed activity levels?
Yes, that one amazed me.
Same. I didn't expect that sleep could influence gene expression so drastically.
Especially the fact that genes linked to immune function were turned down.
And genes linked to tumor growth were turned up.
That's like flipping switches in the wrong direction.
Exactly. A biological mess.
I think about that a lot.
Me too. It makes me take sleep so much more seriously.
There's also a cultural problem.
What do you mean?
Society glorifies being busy.
True.
People brag about overworking, staying up until 3 a.m., being sleep deprived.
Yes. Busyness became the new badge of honor.
But really, it's a badge of poor health.
Yes. We should brag about being well rested instead.
Imagine someone proudly saying, I slept 8 hours last night.
People would think you're lazy. But in reality, you're doing the smartest thing for your health.
I love how Matt Walker ended with reclaiming the right to sleep without embarrassment.
Yes, that was a strong message.
Because rest shouldn't need justification.
Exactly. Sleep is maintenance, not luxury.
I've been wondering though, do you think sleep deprivation has become normal because everyone around us is tired too?
Absolutely. When everyone is exhausted, it becomes invisible.
True.
We think it's normal to be tired, normal to need caffeine to function,
Normal to feel brain fog.
normal to wake up feeling unrested.
But none of that is normal.
No, it's just common.
And because it's common, people don't realize something is wrong.
Exactly. Chronic sleep deprivation is like a silent epidemic.
That's probably why he said it's one of the biggest public health challenges of the 21st century.
And he's right.
I'm glad we're talking about it now.
Me too. Conversations like this make the science stick more.
And maybe it will help me finally fix my sleep schedule.
I'll hold you accountable.
Oh no.
Yes. I'll check on you.
Honestly, the more we talk about this, the more I realize how ignorant I was about sleep.
Me too. I thought sleep was simply downtime, like switching off a device.
But it's actually when the device updates, repairs, processes data, and maintains itself.
Yes. A better analogy is that sleep is the moment you take your car for servicing. If you never service it, it breaks down no matter how well you drive.
Exactly, and yet people expect their bodies to perform perfectly with no sleep.
It's unrealistic, but also deeply cultural. Most societies associate productivity with sacrifice.
Including the sacrifice of sleep.
Yes. Hard workers are the ones who sleep the least. It's such a twisted value system.
Do you think the obsession with caffeine plays a role?
Oh, absolutely. Caffeine is basically the world's socially acceptable drug.
And it masks sleep deprivation.
That's the dangerous part. You feel temporarily awake, but none of the biological damage is reversed.
Matt Walker didn't even mention caffeine much in the talk, but I know he warns about it elsewhere.
He says caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours. So if you drink coffee at 4 p.m., half of it is still in your system at 10 p.m.
No wonder I lie awake sometimes.
Same. I stopped drinking coffee after lunch. It changed everything.
That's inspiring. Maybe I should try that.
Or switch to decaf in the afternoon. It's a small step.
What do you think about melatonin supplements, though?
Honestly, they're overrated.
Really?
They help with circadian timing like when you travel, but they don't produce deep, naturalistic sleep.
That makes sense.
Sleep is not just about falling asleep. It's about the quality and architecture of the sleep cycles.
Right. Deep sleep, REM sleep, spindles, I remember the diagrams.
Yes, each stage has a function. Mess one up, and something important doesn't get done.
That reminds me, what about dreams?
Oh. He didn't talk much about dreams in this TED Talk, but he has in others.
Something about REM sleep acting like an emotional therapist.
Yes. Integrating emotional memories, softening the sharpness of painful experiences.
That's beautiful in a way.
Dreams literally help us heal emotionally.
So if we lose sleep, we lose emotional resilience.
Exactly. People become more reactive, more sensitive, more stressed.
That explains so much about my moods on little sleep.
Same. I'm basically a fragile toaster when I've slept poorly.
A fragile toaster?
Yes. I look fine on the outside, but one small trigger and I spark.
That's hilarious and accurate.
Well, sleep deprivation makes all of us emotionally unstable.
I remember seeing research showing the amygdala becomes hyperactive when you lack sleep.
Yes, it becomes 60% more reactive.
So the emotional brain overreacts.
And the prefrontal cortex, the rational part, communicates less effectively with it.
That's basically the definition of being moody.
Exactly.
It's crazy how sleep touches every part of life. Memory, health, mood, creativity.
Even decision-making.
Oh yes.
One study showed doctors made more diagnostic errors when clinically sleep-deprived.
Scary.
Another showed judges made harsher rulings when they were tired.
Wow. So lack of sleep can change justice.
Exactly. That's the societal cost.
There's also a safety cost, like the talk-mentioned car accidents.
Yes. After daylight saving time, the accident rate increases.
Because people sleep 1 hour less.
Which is proof that even tiny reductions in sleep have measurable consequences.
I wonder how many traffic accidents are caused by fatigue rather than alcohol.
Probably more than we think. Microsleeps are terrifying.
Like those moments when your eyes close for a second on the highway?
And you don't even remember it.
Humans shouldn't be driving long distances when tired.
Agreed. Autonomous cars can't come fast enough.
Speaking of technology, do you think smartphones are the biggest enemy of sleep?
They're one of the biggest.
Because of blue light?
Yes, but also because of psychological stimulation.
True.
Social media triggers dopamine. News triggers stress. Messages trigger anticipation.
So the mind stays alert.
Exactly. Sleep requires winding down. Modern life fights against that.
Honestly, I don't remember the last time I went to bed without staring at my phone first.
Then maybe start with small steps.
Like what?
Put your phone in another room while you sleep.
Impossible.
Okay, then airplane mode.
That's more realistic.
Or even better, buy an old-school alarm clock so you don't rely on the phone alarm.
That's smart.
I did that last year. Best decision.
You're inspiring me.
I'm glad. I try to practice what I preach.
What do you think about naps?
Useful but tricky.
Why tricky?
Because long naps or late naps can interfere with nighttime sleep.
That makes sense.
But a 20-minute nap after lunch? Perfect for boosting alertness.
I love naps, but I always end up sleeping an hour.
Then maybe set an alarm.
True.
But if you have insomnia or trouble sleeping at night, naps are not recommended.
Right. Because they steal the sleep pressure needed at night.
Exactly.
It's incredible how detailed sleep science is.
Yes. And we're still in the early stages.
Really?
Absolutely. Sleep science is relatively young.
What does that mean?
That there are still many mysteries. We don't fully understand why sleep evolved in such a complex way.
But every species sleeps?
Pretty much. Even fruit flies. Even jellyfish.
So it must be essential.
Yes. Evolution would never conserve something so risky because sleep makes you vulnerable unless it was vital.
That's a good point. Animals sleeping in the wild are basically exposing themselves to predators.
Exactly.
So if evolution kept sleep despite the danger, it must provide massive advantages.
Yes. Sleep must do things that nothing else can replace.
Like memory consolidation?
And metabolic regulation.
And immune defense.
And emotional stability.
and genetic maintenance.
The list is endless.
The more we talk, the more sleep sounds like a superpower.
It is. That's why the talk is so famous.
I wish schools taught this instead of forcing students to wake up at 6:30.
Same. Teenagers, circadian rhythms shift naturally. They're biologically programmed to sleep later and wake up later.
And yet schools start early.
It's basically forcing kids to perform at their cognitive lowest.
That's so unfair.
Yes. And then teachers complain that kids don't pay attention.
When it's literally not their fault.
Yes. Their brain is still in melatonin mode early in the morning.
If school started at 10 a.m., academic performance would skyrocket.
There are studies proving exactly that.
So why don't they change?
Tradition. Logistics. Adults believing they know better.
That's frustrating.
Very.
I hope in the future, people take sleep as seriously as nutrition and exercise.
I think we're moving in that direction. Slowly.
Another thing that stood out in the talk was the Alzheimer's connection.
Yes. Deep sleep disruptions appearing before memory decline.
So sleep quality could be an early warning sign.
Or even a modifiable risk factor.
That's huge.
Yes. If improving sleep can reduce Alzheimer's risk, that's revolutionary.
Do you think deep sleep stimulation will become widespread?
Possibly.
Would you try it?
If it's safe and proven, absolutely.
I'd try it too, honestly.
It could help older adults enormously.
They deserve quality sleep too.
Of course.
By the way, have you ever tracked your deep sleep percentage?
Yes. My watch shows it.
What's your average?
Around 20 to 25% of total sleep.
Is that good?
It's within normal ranges. But I notice it drops drastically if I drink alcohol.
Oh yes, alcohol suppresses REM sleep, right?
Exactly. People think alcohol helps them sleep, but it actually fragments sleep and prevents deep cycles.
So you fall asleep faster but sleep worse.
Correct.
Everything we enjoy is bad for sleep.
Pretty much.
Coffee, alcohol, screens.
Stress, inconsistent schedules, bright lights.
Modern life is anti-sleep.
Yes, but we can overcome it with habits.
Do you have a nighttime routine?
Yes. Around 9:30 p.m. I dim the lights. At 10, I stop screens. I read for 20 minutes. At 10:30, I'm in bed.
That sounds peaceful.
It is. My body knows the sequence, so it triggers sleepiness naturally.
I need something like that.
Start with dimming lights. It signals the brain to produce melatonin.
I should switch to warm lights in the evening.
Yes, and reduce overhead lighting.
This is turning into a coaching session.
Good. Maybe you'll finally sleep.
I hope so.
You know what fascinates me most?
What?
That people will do extreme things for health keto diets, fasting, supplements, intense workouts, but refuse to go to bed earlier.
True. Sleep is the cheapest health intervention.
And the easiest, technically.
But psychologically, the hardest.
Because of modern distractions.
I think people are addicted to stimulation.
Yes. Silence and darkness feel boring.
But that boring state is literally the gateway to healing.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
See? You're already thinking like a sleep advocate.
Maybe I'll start promoting #sleep culture.
I support that.
If you had to pick one message from the talk that everyone should hear, what would it be?
Sleep is a non-negotiable biological necessity.
Good one.
And you?
The shorter your sleep, the shorter your life.
That's blunt.
Sometimes people need blunt.
True.
You know, after talking about all this, I feel like I've been neglecting one of the most powerful tools I have.
Sleep really is a tool. A superpower, like the talk said.
And it's free. That's the crazy part.
Yes. The most powerful health intervention doesn't cost a single euro. It just costs discipline.
I think tonight I'm going to start a new habit. Even something small.
That's how it begins. What are you thinking?
Maybe dimming lights an hour before bed, putting my phone away, and choosing a fixed bedtime.
That's perfect. Start simple.
And maybe reduce caffeine after noon.
Excellent idea. Your sleep will thank you.
I feel like our conversation today clarified things far more deeply than the original talk.
Same. Talking it through makes it real. Science becomes personal.
Exactly. I feel motivated. Not scared, just informed.
Good. Fear alone never changes habits. Understanding does.
You know what I'm realizing most?
What?
That sleep isn't the enemy of productivity, it's the engine of it.
Yes, well said.
And if I take sleep seriously, everything else improves.
Mood, focus, energy, learning, health, immunity, even creativity.
I actually look forward to going to bed tonight.
Good.
And thank you. This conversation helped a lot.
I'm glad. But now the real work is yours.
I know I have to actually sleep.
Yes, talking about sleep doesn't fix sleep.
True.
But I'm proud of you for wanting to change.
Thanks. I'll message you tomorrow morning to tell you if I succeeded.
Perfect. And if you didn't sleep enough?
Let me guess, accountability?
Absolutely.
All right. Time to reclaim my life support system.
And your brain. And your immune system.
And my mood.
And your longevity.
Okay. You've convinced me.
Good. Now go get some sleep tonight, the quality kind.
I will. And Vanessa?
Yes?
Thanks for being my sleep coach today.
Anytime. Sleep well, Ben.
I will. Good night in advance.
Good night.
After listening the conversation, you can test your understanding with a set of 25 carefully designed multiple-choice questions. Question 1. What happens to men who routinely sleep only 4 to 5 hours per night? A. They gain more muscle mass. B. They show testosterone levels of someone 10 years older. C. They become more resistant to illness. D. Their memory improves. The correct answer for question 1 is B. They show testosterone levels of someone 10 years older. Question 2. What part of the brain acts as the memory inbox for new learning? A. Amygdala. B. Cerebellum. C. Hippocampus. D. Occipital cortex. The correct answer for question 2 is C. Hippocampus. Question 3. How much can the ability to form new memories drop after one night without sleep? A. 10%. B. 25%, C. 40%, D. 70%. The correct answer for question 3 is C. 40%. Question 4. What happens during deep sleep to help store memories long term? A. Heart rate increases. B. Sleep spindles transfer memories to long-term storage. C. Muscles grow. D. Dreams become more vivid. The correct answer for question 4 is B. Sleep spindles transfer memories to long-term storage. Question 5. What major health risk increases the day after losing 1 hour of sleep due to daylight saving time? A. Diabetes. B. Heart attacks. C. Asthma. D. Allergies. The correct answer for question 5 is B. Heart attacks. Question 6. How much does natural killer cell activity drop after 1 night of 4 hours of sleep? A. 10%, B. 25%, C. 40%, D. 70%. The correct answer for question 6 is D. 70%. Question 7. Which cancers are linked to short sleep according to the talk? A. Lung and skin cancer. B. Bowel, prostate, and breast cancer. C. Bone and liver cancer. D. Thyroid and pancreas cancer. The correct answer for question 7 is B. Bowel, prostate, and breast cancer. Question 8. What does the WHO classify nighttime shift work as? A. A minor health inconvenience. B. A performance enhancer. C. A probable carcinogen. D. A recommended treatment. The correct answer for question 8 is C. A probable carcinogen. Question 9. How many genes showed altered activity after 1 week of only 6 hours of sleep? A. 12, B. 200, C. 400, D. 711. The correct answer for question 9 is D. 711. Question 10. Which habit strongly improves sleep according to the conversation? A. Random sleep times. B. Going to bed and waking up at the same time daily. C. Eating late at night. D. Exercising right before bed. The correct answer for question 10 is B. Going to bed and waking up at the same time daily. Question 11. What simple evening habit helps the brain naturally prepare for sleep? A. Turning on bright blue lights. B. Drinking energy drinks. C. Dimming the lights to trigger melatonin. D. exercising vigorously before bed. The correct answer for the bonus question is C, dimming the lights to trigger melatonin. Question 12. Why is staying awake in bed for too long discouraged? A. It increases hunger. B. It teaches your brain the bed is a place of wakefulness. C. It helps you dream more. D. It burns calories. The correct answer for question 12 is B. It teaches your brain the bed is a place of wakefulness. Question 13. What is social jet lag? A. Traveling across time zones. B. Sleeping too much during the day. C. Having different sleep schedules on weekends versus weekdays. D. Feeling sleepy after eating sugar. The correct answer for question 13 is C, having different sleep schedules on weekends versus weekdays. Question 14. What happens to emotional regulation when sleep is lacking? A. Emotions become more stable. B. Amygdala becomes hyperactive. C. Logical reasoning improves. D. Creativity shuts down. The correct answer for question 14 is B. Amygdala becomes hyperactive. Question 15. Why is alcohol harmful to sleep? A. It increases REM sleep. B. It makes dreams longer. C. It fragments sleep and suppresses REM. D. It improves deep sleep. The correct answer for question 15 is C. It fragments sleep and suppresses REM. Question 16. What hormone imbalance makes sleep-deprived people crave more food? A. Insulin increases. B. Ghrelin increases and leptin decreases. C. Melatonin rises. D. Cortisol drops. The correct answer for question 16 is B. Ghrelin increases and leptin decreases. Question 17. Why is caffeine problematic for evening sleep? A. It has a long half-life. B. It decreases appetite. C. It makes dreams too vivid. D. It increases heart size. The correct answer for question 17 is A. It has a long half-life. Question 18. What effect does sleep deprivation have on decision-making? A. It improves judgment. B. It has no noticeable effect. C. It increases errors and poor decisions. D. It makes people calmer. The correct answer for question 18 is C. It increases errors and poor decisions. Question 19. What is a recommended behavior when you can't fall asleep? A. Stay in bed until morning. B. Scroll on your phone. C. Get out of bed and return only when sleepy. D. Exercise intensely. The correct answer for question 19 is C. Get out of bed and return only when sleepy. Question 20. Why do teenagers struggle with early school start times? A. They need less sleep. B. Their circadian rhythm naturally shifts later. C. They dislike waking up. D. They drink too much water. The correct answer for question 20 is B. Their circadian rhythm naturally shifts later. Question 21. What does the conversation call sleep? A. A luxury. B. A hobby. C. A life support system. D. A form of entertainment. The correct answer for question 21 is C. A life support system. Question 22. What is a common misconception about sleep? A. It is essential for memory. B. It improves learning. C. It can be caught up on weekends. D. It boosts immunity. The correct answer for question 22 is C. It can be caught up on weekends. Question 23. What daily habit helps signal the brain to produce melatonin? A. Bright white lights. B. Dimming lights in the evening. C. Eating spicy food. D. Drinking cold water. The correct answer for question 23 is B. Dimming lights in the evening. Question 24. What does the conversation say about naps? A. Long naps are ideal. B. Naps have no effect on sleep. C. Short early afternoon naps can help. D. Naps cure insomnia. The correct answer for question 24 is C. Short early afternoon naps can help. Question 25. What mindset shift does the conversation encourage? A. Sleep is optional. B. Sacrifice sleep to be productive. C. Sleep should be reclaimed without embarrassment. D. Productivity requires less rest. The correct answer for question 25 is C. Sleep should be reclaimed without embarrassment.